her. She dead. She a zombie. We over here resurrecting her. No,
You
I'm
know
just
what?
salty right now. Sorry.
You are, but we're gonna segue because let's talk about that. Like, man, just being able to resurrect zombies, just that idea when we were talking about a couple of days ago was important. Like, when, even though I kill people off, it takes a lot for me to kill people off. So when I kill them off, there's no resurrecting. Like, once that person has, the mental funeral has happened, ain't no zombie resurrecting.
I, however, think I'm little Jesus.
Man,
and we're
what?
raising them all from the dead. I will hop in my time machine and call somebody from 20 years ago.
I know. And you know what the worst thing about that, though, is you'll be like, friend, you know what I think I'm about to do? And I'll be like, don't do it. Don't do it. And she does it every time.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to not. I mean, just thinking about what zombies are. Why would you want zombies to be running rep again? Because think about it. When
they
people
eat you, they need your brains. Like, so even the leech. Remember the leech? Oh, the leech. We name guys stuff. Okay.
I think everybody does that.
Yeah.
I think we're really.
We just bad at it. Leechy McLeach.
Oh man.
Everybody has a Mick in their name or worse.
No, I think ours is just excessive. I think everybody names their people. And it makes sense, especially like in Cleveland. Cleveland is small, so you can't be just.
If I found out my leech knew somebody else,
I mean, but
I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean,
not
yikes.
just that, but you don't want to be at Walmart talking about the leech, and somebody like, "Hey, didn't such and such?"
Girl, was
it's
in the
Cleveland.
other aisle.
I know what happens, so that's why you have nicknames. But yeah, you try to resurrect the leech.
I have resurrected the leech
multiple times.
He can't come back in that same capacity. But he's he texting and stuff, but he all leechy and stuff. As soon as I text him, he still had all these problems. But thy boundaries are the strongest
I think
that they has been. So look,
I'm proud of you.
Guess who didn't hop in trying to figure out how to save your life?
Good for you.
This one? Why? Because that ain't my business.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no cape no more. I burnt it.
But I think it's good. I think the humanness of it, we all have zombies, I think, at some point, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship. I think if anything, I zombie people when I'm bored. I ain't gonna hold y'all. That's cats being vulnerable. Like I have zombie people when I don't have anything else to do. And usually that means I don't have entertainment.
Yeah, like, and they feed off you though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you giving them energy. You
and then you don't want it no more.
No,
that's the worst thing about it.
But you can't put it back into the ground.
Why can't we though?
Look, Walking Dead style. We're Rick. You know what I'm saying? Like Walking Dead style. Like, oh man, you can't shoot the gun because it's gonna alert the other zombies.
That's true.
So I just be trying not to get extra close and be like, Jack.
Yeah.
Don't call me no more.
I don't know. I think even the healthy of us, I think there's at least one person that you zombie. And it don't even have to be like an intimate relationship. It could be a friend. It could be you like, you know what? You got the friends that be around but don't be around. But then you don't talk to them. Then you be like, hey.
Safe space moment. I want to resurrect my baby's daddy.
Really?
I just want to see how he doing. But part of me tells me that I also don't need to know.
No, because last time that didn't go too well.
I know. But I'm curious.
Oh my God. Why though?
I don't know. I actually have absolutely no purpose.
But you know what though? I think when you have that type of connection with somebody, I think that's always going to be there.
Yeah, I think genuinely am concerned about how he's doing.
But I think you have to have an understanding that it's okay that y'all have that connection. But what you gonna do with it?
I also don't want to be bothered if he came back around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I said hi, he said hi. Like, you okay? He said I'm good. He doesn't have to ask me how I'm doing. Because at that point, I would feel better knowing that he's actually okay. Because I know he's had some things go on.
I was gonna say, I think that's the hard part about zombie and stuff. The people that we are is sometimes we know people's background, and when you know stuff that people got going on, it makes it like the compassionate part of you wants a zombie, but then like the logical part is like, but why?
Right. Yeah, because I couldn't take that relationship. I carried him. I should have filed him on my taxes, girl.
You could have.
I could have.
You could have.
honey.
He could have been
I
independent.
raised him.
You should have. You should have got some money from that.
I
I'm just
sure
saying.
should have. Whole swag and everything.
I'm
I said,
saying.
this is how your hair is going to look.
Oh, he was your kid.
He was my child. I said dependent.
No, but you could have a dependent and not be a child.
No, not this one. This one was a super dependent. But he had the face for it. So I'm like, you should wear your hair like this.
Girl,
so I made him grow his hair out and did this.
He had the face for it. But I mean,
he was. Yeah, he had
Do you
the
think-
body for
well, maybe-
certain clothes. So I just started, this is how you're going to dress, because he was dressing all like lame and stuff. It's like, these are the shoes you
maybe
should
that's why
buy.
you keep zombie in them though.
The more and more I talk about it, it sounds like a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm
for
glad
you.
I said it out loud.
I'm glad you did too.
Yeah.
And it's recorded.
Yeah.
So you really can't do it.
I'm not. I'm pretending this isn't being recorded. This was a safe space moment.
It is. It's a safe
I know.
space. But
Cast listeners, I will not resurrect him. I'm for real. I can't afford him no more. I'm poor now.
Stop saying that. I'm not poor. But I do.
It's
but
a financial challenge
there
right
you
now.
go.
It's
That's
the
better.
holiday season.
It is. It is. But I think. Let me see. Who's the last person I zombied?
Ha! Sour Patch.
Sour Patch. But
And you hated it. You look.
that was a bad resurrection.
That was a bad resurrection. It's
Like that should have stayed where it was, because then it could have been a good memory. Like it could have been a good funeral. It
Yeah.
could have been like a
You got that Ouija board out, and
Man.
that's that Instagram, Facebook. That's that Ouija board.
that was really bad.
Yeah,
That was bad.
I felt bad for you.
I've never zombied somebody and it hurt so bad. Like
Whoa.
so I had this person that I was dealing with, and I attempted to resurface him, and it was just really bad. And my friends was just looking at me like, you look so disappointed. And I was like, y'all should stop me.
I forgot that he was that toxic.
I did too.
I did, because it had
But
been so
you know
much
what?
time in between.
You know what? And I think
Yeah,
that's
no
why a lot of
episodes.
times people zombie people, because it's been so much time. Like I literally forgot. Like I forgot. Like I had made peace, and I had, I'm cool. I'm healed. I'm not hurt no more. But it's been so far.
You just would think that things are different. Like the craziness with that one was that I didn't expect it to be the same behaviors. It was like literally, like if we think of our lives like TV shows, it was like that episode 12 episode, like you still acting the same way, and we in like season 6.
Yep.
You know, like get rid of that one. That character, write him out. Write him out.
That one need to be righted out.
Yeah.
But I think that's why we zombie people. I do. I
Yeah.
think there's that connection piece. There's that, like, it's been so much time passed that you forget why that relationship, whatever the capacity, ended. Mm-hmm. And so then it makes me think, like, in the mature adult thing should be to close it. So even that female friend I had, even it closed. So it wasn't going to be, it's not going to ever be resurrected or zombie, but it was like, it's done, it's closed. That's it. And so maybe that is the remedy. Like maybe things only become a zombie if you don't close it the right way, because now you have these
things that are feeding off of you. You know, these emotions that don't belong to you are now feeding off of you, etc. Yeah. That one, I'm glad that you're able to, it's like seeing a ghost, and that it's like, God.
It was bad.
Ghosts of friendship past.
That was bad.
Tough. Girl.
That was bad.
It's a no.
Yeah. What would you do differently now so that you don't have any more zombies? Like, what would be something that we could say to people, like, I'm serious. Like,
I know. I was thinking about closure, but realistically, you don't need closure for a bad friendship. You know what I'm saying? You don't need closure for bad situations. think I'm really big
Well,
on this.
no,
Like, it
but
was
no,
bad
listen.
and it's over.
But listen,
I don't want to do
but
it.
the closure doesn't necessarily mean you have to have it with that person. You might just need the closure within yourself, is what I mean.
That's fine.
So it might not be, you know what, we can end this friendship, this relationship, or it might just, you need to have that own personal closure to say, it's done.
But personal closure, again, is separate than me calling you and let's try to talk it out. Because the minute you come on that phone line or the minute we in person and you got this negative energy, it's a whole new issue.
It's a whole lot of, yeah.
It's done. I just real big on, like, if our relationship ended on a misunderstanding, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God you don't know me. You don't know me enough to even have a conversation with me to try to work this out.
Yeah.
Good. Bye.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Yeah. But I think a healthy, mature person has to have closure. And I think, like, it could be the analytical in me. Like, I really, really be thinking about relationships, friendship. Like, I'd be thinking about the part I played. And I remember, what was a couple months? It was like 6 months ago. And I was like, friend, I can't believe it. You were like, don't do that. And I was like, no, this is a part of my almost like purge process. Like, when I'm at the end of whatever it is, whether it's a job, whatever it is, I literally take the time because now my emotions are attached. So I take the time, these are the facts, this is what happened, because that's how I learn. Like, and I don't think a lot of people do that.
That reflective time is necessary.
Yeah, I don't think people do that.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of like
confuse the two.
Yeah,
because that's how I think separately. Like,
but think about the times when you don't do that.
Yeah, and that's how the zombie life happens.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because now you're curious about something.
Because you didn't take that time to really like tear apart that relationship, the good, the bad. Then you could appreciate, okay, well, I did learn this from that. And that's okay that I learned and I'm appreciative, but it's gonna stay there. I think that's the key. Like, the key is having your reflective enclosure, because then there aren't like loose ends.
Yeah, I had a conversation with someone before, and I think it was more along the lines of how often do you take time to reflect and sit back and say, hey, I what could you do differently? How could you do things better? And I'm like, you should do that daily.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like
I don't think I can
people
go
don't
to
do
bed
that daily.
with, like, no, but
people don't.
No. But there's a lot of unresolved stuff, because there's a lot that happens within a day. And sometimes I will obsess over a moment where I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. You know?
Like that meme. Right. That meme you sit up like 3
laying there like 1998. That's all I had to say in the argument. Like,
yep.
Yeah. But, being able to clear the air and make sure I'm okay with me. And that's the best part about taking a shower at the end of the night, because that's where I'm able to reflect. And I'm like, okay, this happened, that happened. And, being able to gain that closure within yourself.
Yeah.
But
people really don't do that. I know people don't. Like, I think, like,
but that's how things build up. And then you have that explosion of anger. Mm-hmm. You're trying to figure out, what are you really angry about? But you've been angry about this situation for months.
Right.
Who are you talking to? Where's your outlet?
Right.
How are you freeing yourself? How are you choosing to cope with this? Yep. You're just molding it over because you're comfortable with being angry at this point.
And I think that's where people struggle in relationships in general. Like, you don't have time. That's why it is a zombie. Like, because you didn't have time to nurture yourself enough to even know, why am I even here? Mm-hmm. Why is this friendship or this relationship a thing? Mm-hmm. Because I just let stuff just happen. Yeah. Without taking the time to say, is this serving me? Is this good for me? Does this work? Like, but I guess people really don't do that.
Man,
that's amazing.
It is so helpful. It feels so good at the end of the night. Like, being able to think about, how could I have done this better? Did I really do my best? Or, like, man, I halved it today. It's all right. This is the plan going forward. Don't beat yourself up, and you just work through and process these things, because it's the same thing with your body. When you put something in it, it still has to process it so that it goes somewhere. But if you just constantly feeding yourself and bulking.
Yeah. But I think that's something that I want to maybe teach people moving forward, like the importance of self-reflection. As much as I talk about being authentically Cass, it's because I sit with myself. And so those of us over analytical people have a superpower in that we literally can just sit with ourselves and be quiet and just literally destroy stuff. Like,
Absolutely.
and sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you go to that rabbit hole and you be like, but I think that's why you have positive people. If you have a faith, if you have a spiritual, you pray, you have to be able to kind of come back, because I think we as humans, even the most positive person, it's easier to be negative. Like, even when
Absolutely.
you're destroying whatever you're thinking about or thinking about, overthinking it. But I think that's something that
Thinking
I
about
want
overthinking.
to. Thinking about, but I think that's an important skill people should focus on. And I know, like, 2023 is coming.
Yeah.
Which
Think
is
about
so
what
crazy.
makes you so impulsive. Are you impulsively making decisions?
Yep.
Is this a decision long term that you can live with? And those are all things you should be sitting down with yourself. I think a lot of people just aren't comfortable with themselves.
Yep. And I think
know?
that's how you get to be comfortable with yourself, is you have to sit with yourself.
Absolutely.
And so I guess it's good that, we're kind of having this conversation now, because it is about to be a new year. And this is usually the time when people get real reflective. People, I don't know, people should do it all the time.
Everybody thinks about working out and changing their body, but
in December.
but no one ever sits back and think about changing my mentality.
Yep.
Change your mentality, because that's going to change everything.
Yep. Everything is going to fall in line.
Biblically. So a man thinketh, so is he.
Yep.
So I'm going to think of myself skinny-er. That's what I'm working on.
That's
not
a
just
goal.
saying, but no, I'm just saying. Like,
no, but I even that idea, like, that's what I want people who are watching and listening to kind of close this year with. Like, how do you be more reflective? How do you sit with yourself? I know I have other podcast episodes where I talked about, like, ways to do that. Check it out on all of the streaming sites. But I think it's important people know, like, it's okay to sit with yourself. And if nothing else, get you a journal and just word vomit. And I think that's what scares people, is they don't know what's going to happen. But if you are writing or in your notepad, that's a tool that people can use until you're comfortable with just literally doing it without writing or something like that.
The safe space of a journal and being able to dump it all on that paper, it doesn't have to make sense. Don't worry about it making sense. Just let everything out right there, And it's like, it's freeing.
Yeah.
And I used to tell people, you can burn it, or, people are into this whole, people are not into doing the balloons anymore because balloons are killing birds.
But
there's paper.
The paper
There's paper. No, they have seeded paper that you can write on, and you can actually plant it, and it's has wildflower seeds. So if you plant it, it will grow. So you can write down something traumatic and watch something beautiful grow from it. Yeah. Make a garden. But no more zombies.
No more zombies. No more zombies. We're going into 2023. No more zombies. Thank you so much for coming and kicking it with me. And
thanks for having me.
I appreciate you, friend. You want people to find you on social media or no? No?
No, I should. Oh, wow. So it's Sassy, SASSSSIE.
Is it that many S's?
Yes, 5 in the middle.
Oh. All right.
That's me.
Well, yep. So you can follow me on @CNChef_Chronicles on Instagram, and subscribe, share, tell people about the podcast, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for listening.